Hello everyone, this is Jasmine Melancon speaking, and first of all I want to say Happy New Year to everyone, and this is basically my first video of 2017, yay! Okay, anyways, so to start off, I wanted to start like a little mini-series called Why I dot dot dot. So the three basic things that I want to talk over is one, why I write. Two, why I teach or want to teach because I'm becoming a kindergarten teacher. And number three, why I sing. I also wanted to probably put in maybe why poetry is important and why music is important. So that'll be a total of 5 videos for the why or slash why I series. And so without further ado, I'll start with the first video about why I write. So, um, to start off with, for my, excuse me, my reason for writing is because of escapism. In today's society, there's a lot of pressure of meeting up to your family's expectations, trying to figure out who you are as an individual, trying to fit in, whether it's in social media or like at school, etc. And just like the everyday struggles of, just life in general. And what better way to try to get away from it than by like reading, listening to music, or doing any other creative endeavors to kind of like let loose all the burdens, and not burdens, but basically the stress that you've been holding on to, and make a work of art out of it. Mainly, music is kind of like my ultimate escapism, but I want to keep in touch with writing for now. So I've been basically kind of like writing since I was a little girl, and it's like one of my favorite hobbies to do. And when you are a writer, there are no rules. Well, of course, like there are some rules, like try not to leave any cliffhangers, no love triangles. Of course, there's like a lot of rules. Like if you're like in the writing community, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But in general, for where your heart is at, there are no rules, and you are pretty much the champion of dealing your emotions in creative ways by using words to just like reach out to audiences and kind of like connect with them. And I'm not like not really making sense, but you just basically just like get into a whole new different world, um, where there's like no expectations, there's no bills or rent, to pay. Um, there are no just like regular everyday stresses. Um, you just like indulge yourself into a world where you wanted it to be, and that's what I want, because for me right now, um, that's kind of like not going the way I hope it would be planned to be, but with my writing, I'm just like get into it. I'm like the heroine, the hero of the story, and be able to. Excuse me if I keep snipping throughout the whole video, but just like for example, like in a fantasy novel, if I am writing a fantasy novel, but just like getting into it, and I just have magical powers, and be like, be pretty much cool. And in real life, I'm not really the coolest person in the world, but in my stories or in my writing, I pretty much am. Um, not just like just me, like being myself in the story, because it's kind of weird. Like, not much writers kind of like write fiction stories where they are themselves as a character, unless it's just an autobiography. But like through the main character, because part of you, a part of me, is within this character. And it's pretty much true. And a part of you is like in other characters as well in your story. And in a way, in the story or in your writing, you can express a lot of things that mm, um, in the real world it might not be totally acceptable or counted as normal. When I write, I feel very accomplished with myself than what I am now in the real world. Not only um, portraying myself in a way as a character in the story of things I really want to do in real life but can't for some reason, but also realizing that I have, I guess, a gift or a talent for writing, and it makes me really feel good to myself. It's a confidence booster for sure. Whether it's just like writing poetry, short stories, upcoming novel projects, or my music blog. I'm not really doing good at that. I'm very slow at the whole blogging thing, but I'll get back to it eventually, hopefully, when school is not obligated at my every moment. But yeah, the reason why I write is because I'm gonna describe it in a few words. I don't know. Also, the reason why I write is basically because I want to connect with people. Connection is such a wonderful thing in our society, and not just like any type of connection, but real, like, engaging, positive, uplifting um, connection. Type of connection that we all can relate to and learn from. Um, the thing that I want to put in my writing, no matter what form I take into, is I want to put a moral in my stories or poetry. Something that a person can learn from and take at heart, so they can pass it on to the next person, and then that person can pass on to the next person, and so on and so forth. And so it's just like making people happy. And I said it way like that. But making people happy, whether they read my poetry or book someday, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but um, we'll see. But um, just making people just feel something, not just like something you just read by and you totally forget. Because if you do something like that and the audience, like, they just like not really totally engaged, not even just a little bit, then there's something missing in your writing, that maybe you didn't completely fulfill your job as a writer or a storyteller. Because when you're a storyteller, it's supposed to impact that person's life, whether it's lightly or something that's maybe totally off context, but something that's like really heavy, whatever it is, some type of impact that will make that person think a little or think a lot about life, philosophy, love, um, maybe not religion, but I don't want to get into it because that's a kind of like a iffy topic. But anything in general that just makes them just like feel kind of fulfilled in a way to make them think about something, or just like put it in for the ride, something that they'll never forget. You know, it's like, oh, that's like the one of the best stories I've read so far, or of this year or whatever. And you know, it'd be cool that someday, like when I publish a book, if I ever do, like one person would be like, oh, this is my favorite book, you know, or she's like my favorite author. That'd be pretty cool, and that would be like, yeah, make me so happy and stuff. But yeah, connection, escapism, and just truly being myself. I'm myself. I am in, myself in my stories. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The weird thing is that I could like totally be myself or the person I want to be or whatever through a fictional character, but like when I write in like my perspective, I say I like, you know, writing like a personal diary or whatever. It's very weird for some reason. I don't like my voice. It sounds icky, but I sound awesome with somebody else's voice. And I think at one point, I think I was on Twitter. Yeah, I was on Twitter. I had a conversation with a fellow writer, and I said like, I don't like my talking voice when I, write and just as myself, and I like my character's voice better. It's like she sounds more cooler and stuff. And she says, you know, you are that character. So if one of my characters named Skylar. So if Skylar sounds really cool, that means you're cool. And it's really true. When you think about it, that character is you. It's a part of you. It's part of your personality that it's kind of like hidden somewhere, and you don't show it to your family or friends or whatever. Which is kind of sad, but there's like this different parts of you that's needs to be explored, and it can be done in the arts in general. I'm not saying like you should really act your character because we know it's fictional, but that confidence, the confidence of Skylar, is a confidence that I have, even though I feel like I have zero confidence, and I feel like I do most of the time, well, most of my entire life. But but that was like a good that's something to think about, and I really like her advice or her encouragement. And if you're a writer like me who is kind of struggling with the identity thing, or you just like feeling the just know that that character is you. That means you're awesome if your character's awesome. Like, omit the characters that suck in your books. They don't count. They don't count. Don't think of it as like, oh, it's the dark side. Well, maybe it could be. I don't know. That's up to you to kind of like decide where that faith lies. Something like that. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to explain to you today. And I know that this first video of 2017 isn't really the best because basically like these videos so far they're like so unscripted. And I guess that's a good thing because it kind of shows that, I'm not really trying too hard to be like popular or whatever. Because I never am popular in real life. I will never be popular in real life, but it's just me on your computer screen. But yeah, this is the real deal. I'm very awkward in the camera, as you can tell. And yeah, I'm not afraid to say it to you guys because it's true, you know, and it's okay to admit your quirkiness, your weirdness, your flaws. That's basically who I am as a person and what my videos are about, I guess. You know, just getting to know Jasmine better. And I will do a get to know me video soon, whenever. But and I will guarantee that I won't do a whole lot of videos um because school's coming back up. So I might be totally MIA, or I might still have time to sneak in a video or two for the weekend. I mean during the weekend when I don't have any homework to get into. But I will definitely continue to make videos, and I know I say this like 1,000 times, but I really wanted to connect with a lot of people. I feel like I'm not alone in this digital world, this internet world. And yeah, so let's just stop here. So for the next video, I wanted to talk about why I want to teach. Basically, kind of like why, and also kind of like touch into why the arts education is needed more than ever for our future generation. And alright, that's basically it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And remember to stay awesome and keep rocking. This is Jasmine Melancon signing off. Yay! Bye, guys.